Hi guys, I'm back with another video recipe for you. Today we're going to make a delicious batch of Tava style Aloo Bhindi, which loosely translates into a potato and okra or ladyfinger stir fry, Indian style. Before we start off, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. That will keep you updated with all our upcoming video recipes. Let's have a look at the ingredients you'll need for the dish. For today's recipe, I've used about 3 medium potatoes, 20 to 25 okra or ladyfingers, also known as bhindi in Hindi. As far as the spices, I've used a 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, half to 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder, which is a mild red chili powder, 1 teaspoon coriander seeds powdered coarsely, 1/4 teaspoon cumin powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon chaat masala. You're also going to need some oil to deep fry the veggies and some salt. Start by placing the oil to deep fry on a medium heat. Now to make this dish, you're going to start off by prepping your ingredients. First, we're going to peel our potatoes. Now, if you've noticed, I've taken potatoes that are approximately the same size. You want them to fry evenly and make it easier for you while cutting. If you can't find potatoes that are the same size, you can definitely use bigger ones. Just make sure that when you're chopping them up into little fries, you keep the size of those fries kind of uniform so that they all cook evenly. So once you're done peeling the potatoes, you're going to proceed and chop them up into fries like you see me doing here. When you're done with that, set that aside and we're going to move on to our okra. Now, over here, it is extremely important to make sure that the okra is bone dry. So use a kitchen towel and pat them dry completely. And the only thing that you need to do here is take that stalk portion or the head of the okra. I've used okra that is fairly similar in size. These are slightly smaller ones that I managed to fish out of a larger bag of okra. But if you've got varying sizes when you purchased it or from your backyard, you simply go ahead and chop the bigger ones into 2 pieces and leave the smaller ones as is. Now by now your oil for deep frying should have sufficiently heated up. If not, you wait for it to get to the right temperature and carefully put in your potatoes. Be careful while putting the potatoes in because the oil tends to bubble a bit, and if your pan is not large enough, that oil might spill over. So you want to put your potatoes into the oil in smaller batches just to make sure you're not overcrowding the pan. And you fry your potatoes till they're cooked. When they're done, you're going to drain them on a plate that's been lined with some kitchen paper to drain off any of the excess oil. And using the same oil in the pan that we used to deep fry the potatoes, you are now going to fry your okra. The okra needs to be fried on a medium heat so that it cooks through and gets a little crispy at the end. If your oil is too hot, the okra is just going to brown and not crisp up as we want it to. How do you know when your okra is done? You will notice that those little ends, the ones that we'd cut the stalk off, start to go a little brown. Now mine have started going brown, but it hasn't really gotten crispy yet. So I'm going to leave that in the oil just for, I'd say, a few seconds more. Once it has reached the stage, keep an eye on it. It can burn really quick. So stand by and watch them closely. When you're satisfied that they've gotten a little crispy, go ahead and drain them from the oil and set them aside on some kitchen paper to get rid of any excess oil. Now that is the bulk of your cooking done. From here on, it's just a matter of putting everything together. Start off by placing a pan on medium heat and put in about 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. I use olive oil for most of my cooking, so that's exactly what I've used here, but you can use whatever oil you tend to use for cooking. Now you're going to add your spices in. So in goes the turmeric powder, the Kashmiri chili powder or any other mild red chili powder, your coriander powder, your cumin powder, and the chaat masala. So all your dry spices go in one after the other at one go. Stir that around. You want to make sure that they fry off a tiny bit. So you're going to saute that for about, I'd say, 20 seconds. Now, in this case, like you can see here, I found that the mix was a little too dry, so I've just added a tiny bit more oil to the pan. You're looking for a consistency that will basically coat the potato and the okra once we put it in the pan. So I'd say about 30 seconds should be plenty. You want it to reach a nice, well-mixed state. And once you've achieved that, you simply go ahead and add the veggies to your pan. I like to put in the okra first and then the potato. I find that if I add the potato first to the pan, all the spices tend to coat the potato and then somehow there's not enough left to go around the okra. So in goes the deep fried okra. You're going to stir that around just to make sure that the spices have started coating the vegetable. And you're going to add the deep fried potato into the pan as well at this stage. All you're looking to do now is to make sure that the spices coat all of the vegetable, the okra as well as the potato really well. Turn your heat off. And now the last thing left for you to do is to season the veggies in that pan. So add salt to taste and toss the vegetables around in that pan thoroughly. You want to make sure that the salt and all those spices have coated every single piece of potato and okra in that pan. And there you have it, guys. That's how easy and simple it is to put together a gorgeous portion of Tava Aloo Bhindi or potato and okra stir-fried with beautiful Indian spices. You can serve this with some hot chapatis or roti or even as a side dish accompanying a main meal. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button below if you did. Also, do subscribe to my channel for more recipe videos. Bye for now. See you soon.